Well, today I am teaming up with Yeta Motor, and they were kind enough to send me this 32 inch LED light. And I'm going to be mounting this light on my John Deere 410 loader backhoe. Just at first glances of this light, just unboxing it, it looks really heavy. It is actually all aluminum, and looks really nice. It's cold, but you know, it's cold outside, so that probably explains that. Now this light came with all the wiring you need. It came with a on-off switch, a regulator, and an inline fuse. All you then have to do is just plug up to the battery, and then use wire connectors, hook it up to the pigtail on the light itself. So wiring should be easy. If anyone has watched my other videos, you know I don't do any wiring. That's my brother comes in, he's great at it. But I'm going to get this wired up myself, just show how easy it is. It also came with this bag of hardware and a little Allen wrench to tighten it down. And it came with the two mounting brackets with some rubber feet. So mounting should be pretty easy. However, I am not going to be using the bolts they gave me to mount this. Being this is just my backhoe, I'm going to use just two self-drilling screws and just screw it to the top of the backhoe cab. If you're wanting to install this on your vehicle or something and have it look nicer, I highly recommend using their hardware. But for my old 70s backhoe, it just doesn't matter. So I'm going to go ahead and get this light mounted and wired up. We're going to work quick here today because it is terribly, terribly cold with mist and ice and everything else. We're working outside, so we're going to just quickly wire this up and show how easy it is. Okay, now before I go out into the cold, I'm going to go ahead and put my brackets onto the light right here. And it's just about like anything else, pretty straightforward. They supply you with all the hardware, your lock washer, regular washer, then your locking washer there, that holds it all still when you tighten it down. And that's all there is to the brackets. You just got to screw these onto the light and you are ready to go. They even supply you with the Allen wrench. I'm going to have my bracket facing out the back of the light. Move that so you can see it. And these lights are fully 360-degree rotation. Move them any way you want. I want the brackets out the back because that's how it's going to mount up to the cab of the backhoe. So now with the brackets installed onto the light, I'm ready to take this out and get it mounted and get it wired up. So I'm going to be mounting the light right up here at the top of the cab, right where it kind of slopes forward. I can't really mount any lower because of the windshield wipers up there, which I don't really know why that matters because it doesn't even work, as you can probably tell. But it should be pretty easy to mount the light up top there. I got a little ladder set up here to climb up there a little bit easier and try to get it done. This will be much easier on a vehicle or something that's not up in the air 7 feet. So be a little more of a hassle for this backhoe, but still should be a pretty easy process. So we went ahead and got this all measured out, finding the center, and hopefully we can get this halfway straight and even on the cab. So now that the light is mounted at the top of the cab, just use two screws, one real easy. We drilled the hole right next to it and ran the wire through it. So inside the cab here, I have the wires poking through up here by the ROPS unit. And I'm just going to go ahead, I'm going to be using those blue wire splices like those right here. You can also solder this, that'll probably be a lot better job. But for now, I'll just use these connectors. Okay, now that I have my two wires hooked up, I now just need to hook these two eyelets here to the positive and negative of the battery, and then I am done. Now on this backhoe, it's actually really easy to get it hooked up to the battery, because the battery is right here under the floor. Get this paneling pulled up. And there it is.
12 seconds later.
Now this was really easy to wire up because the regulator was already wired in. Same with the push button switch. It has a plug on it, so you can actually unplug it and run it through a hole and then get it plugged back up. That's what I did to run down underneath the steering column. The switch they give you with this is actually sticky on the back of it, and you can just stick it on wherever you want. I put it here so I can actually reach it from outside the cab if I ever need to. You just click it on and then click it back off. And you can see here that it lights right up. I guess we're going to test this out here once it gets dark. I did make a mistake, and I should have run this cable through a hole right down here before hooking it to the battery, but I messed that up. Now I'll go ahead and get that moved around here a little later. We'll go ahead and I get this tested out here and see what it does. Well, it is now completely dark. I'm going to go ahead and get the backhoe started and get the light tested out. Well, the light works great, super bright, just as I want here on the front of the backhoe. I'll probably be investing in one here for the back of the backhoe one of these days, because that would also be really handy. So huge thank to Yita Motors for sending me this light. They have a whole bunch of lights like this of all different sizes and shapes. Be sure to go check them out. The links are all down below. This light was super easy to wire up. Everything I needed was there. It was all completely wired. The regulator, the inline fuse, everything was already done. As I said earlier, I'm not good with wiring, and I had no problems hooking this up here within a few minutes. All the wiring I did do is kind of a mess, and I'll get it all tied back here and out of the way when it's not 10 degrees and kind of misting and whatever this is doing out here. This is going to be doing it for right now. I'm going to go in where it's warm. I appreciate you watching. Don't forget to subscribe, like, comment down below, and I'll see you next time.